Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carolina if you are new. I am making another video dressed for an interview because I just finished with another interview. Okay guys, and this is another chit chat catch you up video because it's been a while since I have uploaded. It's just, I always leave everything for tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes, and so I never end up uploading all the videos that I have planned for you guys. But anyways, this one is gonna be hopefully short, but you know, I like to talk, but I'll just give you the to keep it short story. Okay, so one of the videos that I made prior, I'm not sure if it was the last one, I did talk about one of the hospitals that I had just finished interviewing. I remember I was wearing this shirt and just letting you guys know like the whole issue with that hospital that happened long ago, and then I had the opportunity to interview with them, right? So that was the second interview I did with them. Wait, no. Okay, so the hospital that I interviewed with, which was my first interview with the residency program, I did a record a me type interview where I had to record myself with pre-uploaded questions, and then I had to submit. I could not edit it. I could not see what the question was prior to it. They give you a few seconds, and then you had to give it your shot, and then next question, and then send it, right? After that, they sent me an email, or I forgot if it was a phone call, but they wanted me for a second interview. I did the second interview, and it was great. I forgot what they asked me, but I felt nervous, but I still gave it my all. And that interview went well. And this was for the NICU. Okay, well, that was the general one though. That was the general interview, the first one, and the second one was more like trying to get to know me and why the hospital, and more like about the hospital, not so much unit based. But they enjoyed my interview, and so they called me and told me that I was a perfect candidate for the NICU, and so I was excited. I was so excited, but let me tell you, okay, I was excited, and for the right reasons, right? Obviously, they thought that I was a good candidate for the NICU, and so I was really excited because I knew that I had made it to the third interview. And that is a big deal in residency programs when they have like so many interviews. If you make it to the last, the manager is going to interview you, or the director. That's a big deal. So I received so many congratulations because this is a big step as a new grad with little to no experience, right? Okay, so I remember I forgot, she was a talent acquisition person. She contacted me and she told me, right, the good news, you are wanted for a third interview with the NICU manager and supervisor, and you are such a good candidate, we want you there, right? So when she called me, I was like, okay, I'm very excited. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I look forward to having that interview. But I do have a question. I also was interested in the maternity unit. Will I be able to schedule to have an interview with them just in case that the NICU doesn't pick me up? Her reply was, no, you're such a good candidate for the NICU. That I don't think we'll have to schedule you, but if you don't get picked up by the NICU, I'll reach out to you when they give me the answer or the response, and we'll go ahead and schedule you with the maternity unit, right? A week, I asked her like when I would receive a response. She said by the end of the week or the following week. The following week came, and I was so anxious, guys. Waiting for a response from a unit is so like from a talent acquisition or just the hospital, like it's so, I had anxiety the whole week. I couldn't concentrate. All I could think about was like, did they want me? Did they not? Am I like, okay, so she told me that. So I was not scheduled for the maternity unit, just the NICU first. I waited and waited and waited for a response. I did not get a response 1 week, second week. After that first week, I sent an email and I followed up and no response. The next second week came, I sent the recruiter who had seen my first interview, I sent her an email, no response. Okay, something, they told me that by this time I should have known. More anxiety. And I don't know if this is just my bad luck. You know, I don't really believe in like so much. I mean, I'll say good luck and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I don't really believe in good luck, bad luck. It's just, it's not my time or it wasn't my place to be at, right? But I'm getting ahead of myself and this video is gonna be long. But there's so much that has been going on and it's like, I can't believe it at the same time, but okay. Back to the story. Anyways, I even lost track how much time had passed, but 2 weeks had passed by. And so I called and it took me to voicemail. And so I left a voicemail. A few days later, I didn't hear back from neither of them still. So I was trying to be, I'm a very patient person, but at the same time, like I was very anxious because by this time I knew that I needed to have had the maternity unit interview at least scheduled because I knew that time was running out. And so that's why I kept following up with recruiter and the talent acquisition person. Okay, and phone call to the recruiter too, no answer. I had left a voicemail, nothing. Had not heard back through an email, no response to nothing that I had sent. And I do realize that this is a very busy time for recruiters, talent acquisition, nursing managers, directors, everybody. But you can't respond to my email. Like, I'm really interested and you have no response. Not even like, oh, unfortunately, we were not able to pick you up. Nothing, okay? I was really upset because something told me that I had lost my chance for the maternity unit. And for some reason, I want to get emotional because this is a big deal to me. I'm not going to cry because new things and great things are coming. But anyways, I didn't want to get discouraged, but I had no response. I have a family member who works at that hospital, and I was communicating with them and I was telling them, is this normal? Is this odd? They were really shocked at the no response that I was getting, right? I didn't even have the maternity unit scheduled like I was told I would have. Okay, so after the first interview that I had received, going back, on Facebook, I joined a new grad in Southern California group. So, you know, people communicate like or ask questions like, oh, tips and advice for this interview, whatever. So that's what I had done. And also, so somebody had reached out to me saying, oh, I also interviewed with that hospital and for the same units that you are interviewing with. Good luck to you, good luck to me, whatever, you know, let's see how this turns out. She got an offer. So I knew that they were communicating with people, and I think that's why I knew that I was not picked up by the NICU, because she had gotten the offer like that same week or some days after. So I was like, okay, well, something is not right here, right? So after those 2 weeks, I had already spoken to this girl, so I knew that she had gotten an offer from the same NICU, right? So I reached out to her, or I forgot if she reached out to me asking a question or to see if I had received an offer as well. And I told her that I didn't. I had not heard a yes or a no from the NICU. And I was really upset. And she told me that the talent acquisition person had dropped out or quit her job. I don't know what the situation was, but that's why I had not heard feedback or anything like that because that person had left, no longer at the job. So now the recruiter was the talent acquisition. So not even the new talent acquisition who was a recruiter or whatever the whole mess is. Not even she emailed me. Not till this day. It's been like more than a month. She has not gotten back to my email or my phone call. And I know that it's very a busy time, especially since that other person dropped out. Now she took over. I must have fallen through the cracks. And that's just how things played out. And it's very unfortunate because I knew that I had the position. Even other people were telling me that they thought that I had gotten the position because I had made it so far in the interview process that I could have for sure, if I didn't have the NICU, I would have for sure gotten the maternity unit. I knew that I did. I'm made for like working with children, NICU, with women even for postpartum or anything labor and delivery. So I knew that I would have been a great fit. But you know, things happen for a reason. Okay, and I felt discouraged after that to apply to residency programs. And I felt, damn, I felt very discouraged and so unmotivated and like, well, what's the point of even trying? And you know, being a new grad is so emotional roller coaster because you don't feel ready. You don't have the skills, you don't have the experience. Even if you do, I mean, I have no experience. At least other people worked as a CNA and have some sort of experience. And I know that I do have this COVID testing job, but I was so discouraged and like, okay, well, it was the first residency program that I had applied to that I got an interview with, because I had applied to other ones, but I didn't make it in. But with this one, I felt like I could relate to the patient population and stuff like that, right? And I think one of the reasons why I didn't get the NICU position was because I don't have NICU experience. Like any new grad, most new grad would. Like, it's a handful of like nursing students that get to even go to a pediatric hospital or like even be able to help a patient that's a pediatric patient or be in the NICU. Like, it's so limited, right? But I knew that that's where I want to work, right? So I gave it my shot, and I guess that wasn't enough. Other people had some sort of experience or a family member, you know. My only experience was being in a NICU baby, but I didn't experience, I don't remember that. So obviously I was an infant. All I had was my mom telling me stories of the NICU, and, you know, I know that I can relate based on my mom's story. She was an immigrant. She knew no English, had me at Cedar Sinai, and she knew no English, and she was practically homeless, nowhere to go, and some lady, a stranger, took her in while I was in the NICU for a month and a half. And so I know that I can relate based on her and what she would have wanted and what she liked and how the nurses helped her. So that's one of the stories that I shared. It wasn't enough, but that's okay. A month and a half later, almost two, I started getting motivated again. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to fix this resume. I may insert a picture of like the template that I used, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go with the traditional resume. Although that other interview, our residency program picked me up, and the template that I used was very like traditional basic. So I don't think it really mattered, but I went for a more modern, it's more modern, but it's very basic. But it looks very modern, and the font is a little modern, but still within like the fonts that could be picked up by the computer processing thing. I forgot, it's like it has like a specific name that the hospitals use to read the resumes and cover letters to see if you're a match, right? Okay, so I applied to a children's hospital here in LA. Well, the children's hospital in LA, which is one of the my dream hospital to work at, right? But I also applied to another hospital where I gave birth to one of my children for the NICU there, right? And it's a level 2, I think also level 3 NICU, and it's a great hospital. It's one of the oldest hospitals here in LA, and I really liked it. So that is where I applied a few weeks ago. And I also applied for the Children's Hospital Residency program. And I knew that that hospital is very competitive, so I just gave it a try. I felt motivated. I was like, okay, submit my application on the first, second day before I lose my motivation, right? So I did. And I sent the same resume to the other hospital for the NICU. For the Children's Hospital, I am applying for the ED and a med-surg unit. They have different med-surg units and different specialties within those med-surgs. I applied to the med-surg unit where my daughter was hospitalized for a week. I really saw how the nurses took care of my daughter and myself, being 8 months pregnant there like a hawk, never leaving. I love the environment, so that's one of the places where I applied. And obviously that's one of the stories that I can, say during my interview. But for this, I just finished an interview right now for the Children's Hospital. And it was a more general, I'm so emotional. I don't know why. I'm just so many things are going through my mind. This was more of a general interview. Very basic, 2 interviewees, and a few questions and about myself and questions after, and that's it. And for the other, I had the other interview yesterday during work. I was like, you guys, I need to take like a little break. It was a phone interview, and it was unit specific. It was the nurse manager for the NICU there who was interviewing me, along with somebody else on the line as well. And it was such a short interview, but straight to the point. They got to know me. They asked me questions, but it was so fluid. And I don't know, but I have a feeling like I'll get that NICU offer. Hopefully, I'm praying on it, and I've been praying. But I felt so good about that interview. Of course, I was nervous and like a little when I was talking, a little shaky. But I felt confident. But I don't want to get my hopes up, because I got my hopes up last time and I had no response. So I was like, I just fell through the cracks. And so this one, I had my interview yesterday. They told me that I should be hearing by the end of the week. And so I'm following up with an email, a thank you for the interview. Okay. But for the Children's Hospital, I just finished the interview. And the next thing would be to have another interview. If I am selected, if they liked me, I don't know. But I wore this, I don't know if it's Children's Hospital, so I didn't want to go with a white shirt. I wanted to go with a color that's more like nurturing, more me, more like personality a little bit. My nails are a little, I know for interviews, they're like, go for more neutrals, but this is a pediatric hospital. I want to show a little bit of my personality, and you guys know me. If you guys been following me, like I'm all about color and little bags and my pencils organized and my agenda and just keeping everything color coordinated. Like everything is so organized. This is just the way that I am. And so I feel like I am a good fit for the Children's Hospital. I've always felt that way. I grew up in Hollywood, and so my mom would always take me there. I take my kids there during emergencies, even though it's kind of far from my place and there's other hospitals. but that is where I go. So I told you guys a story about that other hospital. I felt so discouraged after that. But now, guys, I picked myself back up. I went through the emotional roller coaster. I felt so unmotivated. And I don't like feeling like that because I'm a very positive person, very motivated all the time. And I just wish that hospitals would give feedback. Like, of course, that's very unrealistic, I feel, for these big hospitals here in LA because there's so many people that are applying, but damn, it would be nice. Like, oh, you can improve in this. Like, really, because you have no feedback, you really don't know what to improve on. So, like, although I could be a good candidate, like, if I don't hear any feedback in what I did wrong or what I could improve on, like, then how am I gonna improve, right? So I did do a little more research. I did do a little more, how can I word it different? Because I know that although I don't have experience, there are things that I can say better. Oh my God. I don't have COVID. My throat is dry from talking too much. I'll be back. Oh my God, I'm over there choking on my words. Oh my God. I'm tired. It's also allergy season. So I've been sneezy, watery nose, and itchy throat. It's not COVID because I get COVID tested weekly. But anyways, that is what's been going on with me. I am currently still COVID testing at a major production. I don't think I have told you where I work, but I don't think I want that to be known. But yes, so I'm still with the same company and agency and stuff like that. So right now I'm COVID testing, still getting experience, how to work in a team, getting to know personalities and how everybody works and communication and PPE protocols and all that stuff. But yes, since I graduated, well, since I got my license, like I've been going through this roller coaster where it's like, I don't have any experience. Maybe I'm not good enough for a residency program. Who's gonna want me? Everything's so competitive. Do I even have a chance? But look at it. Children's Hospital is one of the major hospitals here in LA, and they were interested in interviewing me. At least I had already applied to Children's Hospital way before I even got my license as a new grad, fresh out. And I didn't get an interview because I didn't have my license yet. So they didn't choose me then. But then this time I changed my resume. I fixed my cover letter. You know, I did a little more research on what things I could say a little better than last time. They did change it up. This time they didn't ask me for they had like a prompt where you have to answer actually no, they did. The system and how you turn it in is different. So I thought it was very well organized this time around in how they're wanting their application to be submitted. So I took my time with it. I did not submit it the first day. I submitted it the second day, but I had worked on it several days before. I didn't think it was right because I still had to edit a third time the first day. So I submitted it the second day. And then I received the same day that I got a phone call to interview for the NICU that they were interested in interviewing me. Wait, what? No, okay. I was at Disneyland, okay, when I got the call for the NICU. The recruiter called me and told me that they were interested in interviewing me. The way that I found that job, though, for that hospital here in LA was that I Googled RN residency programs that that are applying or open now, right? And this hospital I've known about. I know that they have a residency program, but I wasn't sure if they were open or not. And in their website, some of these hospitals, it's so difficult to find the information on their nursing residency program. So I'm like, let me just go on the Google, right? And so it brought up like Indeed, and then it brought up the hospital and that they were hiring, right? A few days ago, they had posted it, and so they were hiring for NICU, night shift, and how many weeks the program is and all that, right? So I was like, you know what? I have my little resume fixed up. I have my little cover letter. I can just edit it for this specific hospital. And I'll submit it. I submitted it, and I received a call during Disneyland last week on Tuesday, and that Disneyland trip was very spontaneous. We were supposed to go to Catalina Island, and the trip got canceled because it was very windy and there was high tides. So trips to and from were canceled, so they canceled. So I was like, let's just go to Disneyland. We went to Disneyland. I got the call. We were at Disney California. We were in the Mater line, and they called me, and I was like, over here, it's not a small world, but you know, Disney music playing in the background, and I'm over here like, yes, I'm very interested. And she was asking me like pre-screening questions, and she told me that they received my resume and my cover letter, and what unit I was applying for, and if I was interested in other units, just in case I didn't get that one or whatever. And they're like, oh, well, if you are selected, you will get an email for an interview with the unit manager. And so I did, and I already finished that, and it was very flowy to me. It just came, like, I was nervous, but yeah. Anyways, that's done with. All I have to hear back is if I get the unit, the NICU residency program spot, a yes or no. And that's all I'm waiting for that hospital. But now this is a dilemma, because the children's hospital, I just did the first interview. And so there's going to be another interview that's unit specific. And then by that time, I'm probably going to have to answer if I do get this job. But I know that, I mean, I don't know. And both hospitals I like. So I do want the NICU for this hospital, but this other hospital is also very good too. So I don't know. And, you know, yeah. So I am very excited. I don't know where I'm going to end up. And it doesn't matter where I end up. I'm still new. I still have to get trained. I still have to start off fresh, and I'm very excited for what's to come. And yes, I've been meaning to upload or film a video about like figs and those scrubs, because you know, the last scrub video that I made was cute, but you know what? I had not discovered the figs scrubs, and those are the cutest scrubs, never going back. So I want to review them and kind of show you guys all the little cute colors I have and how I wear them and stuff like that. But I have to buy some cute shoes because all my shoes are dirty. So I want to be presentable in the video. So that's why I haven't made it. But yes, guys. Oh my goodness. If you guys have any questions and stuff like that, like, I want to update you guys every step of the way. I feel like this is very important. Although I do talk a lot and my videos are long, like maybe boring, I don't know. I feel like it's important to kind of talk about it in the moment and like kind of like as I live it. Because right now, if you're watching, you're probably a new grad or soon to be a new grad, and you're wondering like what it's like, or if you can relate, or if it's really like this. I know everybody's experience is different, but I just want to like be motivating. I've always wanted to be that. I wanted to be motivating. I like to listen to other people's stories, and I know that my situation won't be the same, but you know, it kind of gives me some comfort that, you know, I'm not the only one, and yeah, something like that. But wish me luck, guys. You know, pray for me if you pray. You know, I pray, so I hope you pray for me. And we'll see how this goes. I'll update you guys on whether I do get whatever hospital position I get. I'm very excited for either one. I wouldn't really know how to choose if they were to both select me. So I don't know. Yeah, I keep just, yeah. Okay, guys. It was very nice talking to you guys. Thank you so much if you guys have watched to this point. I know I don't upload as much as I should, but hopefully I can get my thoughts and everything organized a little more. That way I can upload. And yeah, let me call my mom back from the park because she took the kids. She's like, call me as soon as you're done, because she wants to run back over here so she can give me my kids back. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.